So we're moving to this next story, which at this point, most listeners, I'm sure, have heard of. So we got to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it now. Ashton?
Coming from Senatoba, Mississippi, via Mississippi Free Press, Mississippi police officer shoots and kills 1-year-old child in response to a Senatoba shoplifting call. Mississippi police officer shot 1-year-old Kohen Wiley while responding to a shoplifting call on Sunday, killing him and critically wounding an adult. The June 14th shooting involved officers from the Senatoba Police Department and the Tate County Sheriff Department. The officer shot Wiley while he was inside a silver sedan in the parking lot of a Walmart. The Mississippi Department of Public Safety released a statement on June 14th alleging that the shooting happened in response to one of 2 subjects driving in the directions of officers, which I don't know if we remember what happened in Minnesota, but that's like the main excuse they love to use.
Renee Good.
Renee Good. That's the main, it's like almost policy, step in front of a car so you can activate lethal force and be justified for using lethal force.
Yes. And another story we've covered on this podcast, Takia Young. If you remember, this was coming out of Columbus, Ohio. This was a pregnant woman. And similarly, I think she was accused of shoplifting a liquor bottle. Mm-hmm. Similar circumstances, accused of shoplifting, gets in her car, doesn't want to talk to the police, and so she starts driving away. Now, this is a string of acts that obviously you shouldn't do, even if we do assume she did shoplift that liquor bottle. But none of these instances warrant a death sentence. But Takia Young was shot and killed. Her unborn child was killed while she was trying to. Me and Ashton watched the video a lot. We both agreed that it did not look like she was trying to ram into the police officer. But it was enough for a jury in the state to acquit the killer of Takia Young. So he got off with no charges. Mm-hmm. Seems like, obviously, the Trump administration is doing everything they can to get the killer of Renee Good to not face any consequences as well.
No. A clip of cell phone video obtained by Fox 13 Memphis shows a car driving away from officers, but it does not appear to show the shooting itself. A photo of the car shows multiple bullet holes in the windshield, including a bullet hole on the passenger side of the front windshield. Notably, the DPS statement appears to acknowledge that police witnessed the presence of Kohen Wiley prior to the individuals entering the vehicle and before the officers discharged a weapon. So they knew a 1-year-old baby was in the car.
Yeah.
The officer has not been identified. Law enforcement officers responded to a shoplifting call at Walmart on US 51. Upon arrival, officers encountered 2 subjects and a juvenile child fleeing from the store into a vehicle. Officers attempted to stop the vehicle, but the vehicle drove in the direction of the officer, almost striking one. The statement read in part, an officer then discharged a weapon and their vehicle fled the scene. The subjects arrived at a local hospital where one juvenile child in the vehicle was pronounced deceased and another subject had critical injuries. No law enforcement officers received any serious physical injury.
So yeah, there's obviously this is an insane tragedy. Kohen Wiley, 1-year-old boy, is now dead off of alleged theft of diapers.
Yeah.
There's just no way to wrap your head around that, where one thing should lead to the other. So there's a couple questions. So the first question, which is not as relevant, is did they steal the diapers? Because the victims here are saying that they didn't even do that. Like, you should never kill anyone for shoplifting anything, but they're saying they said you look at the camera. They're saying release the surveillance footage. You will see we went to the self-checkout and we paid The second more important question is was she trying to drive at the cops? Now, I don't know about you, Ashton, but for me, I would still say, even if she was doing that, which I highly doubt, but even if she was, if they know there's a baby in there, why would you still open fire multiple rounds? So we are going to address these two questions, but I just want to make it clear that I don't think they're even that relevant as the news is making it out to be.
We're talking about fucking diapers here.
Yeah.
Literally diapers. Like, you would think these people are stole nuclear secrets, but it's diapers in Walmart. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here. Cops got called for fucking diapers. And it's like, you would think America, it's funny because like America's such a third world country. The image that like, if from American perspective, the archetypical third world country, we'll see like, oh man, you cut their hand off for stealing an apple, and like that's what like a third world country is. Meanwhile, you come over here and we will shoot your baby if you steal diapers.
Damn.
So it's like we are fucking. I don't know. We're just But
the only footage we have so far is not body cam footage, not surveillance footage. So that's what the lawyers and the families are saying to release. We probably won't get the body camera footage soon. Maybe the surveillance footage. I don't know. But what we do got is cell phone footage from a witness. In that footage, it does not look like she's trying to ram into the cops or that the cops are in front of the car. But like this article said, this apparently was more of the aftermath of the shooting than what led up to the shooting itself. So it seems like right now we don't have any footage. So it's kind of this family's word against the cops. But as we've already reiterated, regardless, I cannot fathom any reason to open fire on a car that has a baby inside of it.
I can't
even if the car is trying to run you over.
I don't have if there's for stealing, just the principle of like, why are you shooting at people who are stealing? Catch them. Use detective skills. Why are you taking life because somebody took products like that? That premise, I was like, that's the first thing I can't even get past. It, and now it's only added times 1,000, times 1,000,000 that there's a fucking baby in the back seat, and it's like, Jesus Christ, yeah.
But this town, Senatobia, Mississippi, 8,000 people, very small town. It's apparently like just 30 minutes south of Memphis.
Yeah, I know. So, I saw a bunch of coverage from Memphis.
Yeah. So it seems like more of a suburb of Memphis to try to accurately understand like where this took place. But they have had issues. So I looked at the demographics. It's like 50% white, 40% black. So 40% black, sizable black population of this southern suburban town outside of Memphis. But they have had issues with their police recently. Some of y'all may remember, this went a little bit viral. There was a 10-year-old boy who was handcuffed by police, a 10-year-old little black boy. And the reason why he was handcuffed was for urinating in a parking lot. And that went viral because, I mean, that's insane. Who is handcuffing a 10-year-old boy for anything, let alone urinating in a parking lot? I remember this story coming out of Mississippi. Turns out it was this town, Senatobia, Mississippi. Also, there was another incident which happened. That one happened in 2023, the little boy. And then just last year, there was a woman named Brashari Faulkner who was violently arrested, pulled out of her car, tased, thrown on the ground, and arrested for whether or not she was allowed to be in a handicap parking spot. Like, again, absolute needless violent escalation. And that actually occurred in the same Walmart.
Damn.
Yes.
No, yeah.
So this is not new for this town. This seems that there is some bad blood when it comes to the cops and the black population of this town. Sure all these instances have been with black people, even though the majority of people in this town are white.
Yeah. And it's all centering a Walmart, not all, but like this Walmart where, of course, you know, that's where people go. That's where people shop, especially like low income, impoverished people. So like just having a policy of like, we're going to call the cops on you, knowing that they're going to murder your ass, is just knowing that stuff like this potentially will happen. It's just like crazy. Their policy is even if a baby is in a car, you shoot.
Literally coming in guns blazing.
It's like fucking who the fuck? Their police chief like Netanyahu, police chief Netanyahu in this. I don't even fucking.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna finish this up. Members of Kohen Wiley's family have denied that any shoplifting took place. WREG reported that before the shooting, a witness saw two women exit the store, one carrying a single box of diapers and one carrying the infant child. Family told WREG that Cohen's mother was riding in the passenger seat, holding the child when the officers shot him, and that the woman who was driving was in critical condition. Another witness told the news station that she saw the car driving away with police officers chasing after it on foot just before hearing gunshots. At present, no arrests have been announced in the incident. It's like they're so mad that they were about to get away that they were like, "No, you're not about to. We're gonna kill you." Yeah, it's just and it's like,
and even if again, I would bet that it was not the case that she was trying to run them over. That just literally makes no sense. It just makes no sense that she would do that.
I saw where the bullet was like the bullet entry into the passenger side window was like directly into the passenger side window. It's like you can't be in front of a car if you're able to shoot unless this nigga was like reaching around.
Oh, okay.
Like reaching around.
Yeah,
like
I didn't
this.
see the angle. So there you go. Similar to Renee Good, you were able to look at the angle of the windshield and conclude that he was not directly in front of the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, my point was to say though, even if she did attempt to run them over, but now they're chasing behind them. If you're chasing behind them and you're just going to start shooting, that is an officer acting out of ego, out of vengeance, not of doing the job of keeping the peace and upholding the law.
Yeah, and it's like so obvious. It's just proof that they're not aiming and they're just shooting wildly, because if you saw, like, what are you going to say? Like, okay, I aimed my gun and I saw the target and I knew the target was a baby and I shot, or I was just shooting wildly. I didn't know a baby was there. Like, which one?
Yeah.
Like,
but they seem to acknowledge they knew the baby was in there.
But I'm saying, I know that they acknowledge that, but I'm saying even the officer who shot, was he just wildly shooting? Was he targeting the driver?
Yeah.
Was he like, he
it
had
makes no
accuracy?
sense.
Like, I have eyes on the target. Or was he like, either he knew what he was doing and he saw a baby and he shot because he was like, I can take this shot, or he was just wildly shooting. Neither case scenario.
There's just no scenario where this would make sense, and you just cannot take the race factor out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot. Story after story we see every week of cops literally not acting like Black lives matter to them. I mean, like, you're just unloading at a car over a diaper. We've
never seen like cops text leak and they be like, I just love Black disabled queer kids. That's
true.
I mean, it's always literally, they're Kamala, oh, that fucking Indian. Like, yeah, it's always like the most radicalized, racialized shit that's like possibly can be put on words, put in the notes app, and they're just like, oh, well, that was. No one, it seems to be a same, it's not seems to be, it is the same fucking racist trend. Yeah. But let's go to the updates, because you want to speak of racism. Members of the community gathered at Senatoba City Hall at 5 p.m. on Tuesday to call for accountability for Kohen Wiley's killing. At 6 p.m., Mississippi Department of Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall vowed a transparent investigation outside the Tate County Courthouse, even as protesters heckled him and demanded more action and information. On Tuesday evening, Action News 5 reported that law enforcement officers tear-gassed protesters who gathered outside the Walmart, where an officer shot and killed Kohen Wiley. Later Tuesday, the city of Senatoba placed the unnamed officer on administrative leave. Yeah,
I mean, that tells you a lot right there. Cops just being like, these assholes think they have a right to gather at a Walmart.
So what? We shot a baby. So what? We shot a 1-year-old baby.
Just because we shot one baby?
So what? It was 1-year-old. It's a 1-year-old baby. It's like,
can we shoot them? No, you can't. All right, we'll tear gas them then.
All right. So why is everybody mad?
Yeah.
Why are y'all mad? Okay. We shot a 1-year-old baby. Can we stop? It feels comical to even defend yourself. You ever do some stupid shit, you're just like, I probably shouldn't even speak. There's nothing for me to say.
Truly, there's no shame. No shame whatsoever.
But, that being said, R.I.P. Kohen Wiley.